All right. Hey, everybody. We are online on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. My name's Ian. I'm the founder of TestDriver.ai. TestDriver is a desktop AI agent for QA testing, does end-to-end testing, looks at the screen, controls the mouse and keyboard. We've been at it for about 9 months, and I'm excited to start live streaming. The goal here is to kind of showcase how easy it is to make tests. Today, we're going to be working with PubNub.com. This is actually a company I used to work for, and they've requested quite a lot of coverage. So we're going to go through and see what it's like to actually make a test suite. And I'm just going to hop right into it. And I'll just talk along the way. You know, it's going to be an experience, right? It's a beta product, so things may work, they might not, but that's all the excitement of live streaming, right? Live demos. I'll go over the product a little bit more. So the biggest difference of TestDriver is that, like I said, it works at the operating system level, and it can test desktop apps, Chrome extensions, grammar. It can do visual validation. It can interact with PDFs. It can do iframes, canvas, video elements. It can change the theme of the operating system. It can change the resolution. So it's really like a simulated user. And essentially, it allows you to test all the stuff that Playwright and Cypress and all these other frameworks can't test because it's operating at the level that a user works at. So instead of mocking authentication, you're actually getting to log in and test the authentication, and that way you know it actually works. You know, whatever the user's trying to do actually works. Works on Mac and Windows, any browser, so it's just as easy to test Firefox as it is to test Chrome or Safari or Arc or whatever you're testing. It can do anything a user can do. So it's really exciting. If you've seen Anthropic's computer use or OpenAI's kind of desktop apps, they're kind of starting to get into desktop automation. We've been doing this for a long time. We're doing it for obviously a single vertical of testing. They're kind of going for generic like OS control. And the biggest difference of us versus these other companies is that you can deploy TestDriver into CI/CD using GitHub Actions. So we have a GitHub action. It's under github.com/testdriver.ai/action. And this is how you deploy your tests. And I'll show you this in a minute. But essentially, what happens is you develop your tests locally, or you have the AI generate them. That's actually the main CTA on the website. So when you go to the CTA and click Generate Tests, and then you can merge those tests into your GitHub repo. And so that way on every push, you're having an AI actually validate what's happening within your application. So yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. We support Mac and Windows on the server, so you can do cross-platform testing, and you actually don't need to write different tests for Mac and Windows. So because we're using the AI to issue high-level commands, like click on this or make sure this happened, you don't need to do different tests Mac and Windows. You can kind of make cross-platform tests. Same thing with Safari and all these other apps, like all these other browsers. You don't need to be making different tests, essentially scripts. Let's see, what else is there to cover? We have full docs, so you can go in and kind of follow along with all of the docs. So, what commands are happening here, the YAML schema that gets generated. You can go into that in a little bit deeper as well. All kinds of stuff here. You might ask, how do you provision the VMs? Well, there's a pre-run script. So we've kind of thought of everything. We're deployed within a few open source repos. So Wave Terminal is one where they're running our tests on every push. So you can see here, this job is expired. But essentially, test runs, and you can go watch everything happen. We have a whole a whole dashboard to watch the execution. We'll get into that too. But for now, let's get started just training the model on how to test PubNub. So we'll start with PubNub.com, and let's see. I want to make a kind of a list of the things. Well, I'll just do it freehand. So first thing to do is we'll make directory PubNub demo. Then we will cd into that directory. Then we'll do npm install TestDriver G. And I hope to do more streams like this as we kind of have more interest in building tests, right? So if you want to have your app tested, just leave a comment. I'm looking at the chat now under Restream, so you can actually see it come up on the bottom of the stream. This way? Other way, that way. Okay, it's on the other side. Yeah, that way. So you can drop an app in the chat there, and I will go ahead and try to make a test. So we've done TestDriver.ai install. Now we just run TestDriver.ai. So it's a node package. Everything's set up to go. You don't need to configure anything or log in or anything. And we'll just do init. What this does is writes environment variables that helps TestDriver operate, kind of customize how it works. So for this demo, we do not want desktop notifications, but we do want to minimize the app. We do want narration, and we do want analytics. See, the values get appended to the .environment variable. It also sets up some example workflows to run regression tests. So these workflows are set up to automatically run. Where did my code open? Here it is. Whoops. Okay. So, well, that's the source. I'm not afraid of sharing that online because it's open source anyway. Okay, so here we go. PubNub demo. So within here, right, our action is kind of automatically set up. You'll see. Well, I'll get into this later, but essentially this is kind of already set up for you in order to run these tests as regressions. So let's get into it. We will just run TestDriver.ai. And the first thing we're going to do, very common, is test
TestDriver version 4.1.27.
login. In order to test login, I'm going to sign up first. And I'm going to sign up with some fake info. The reason being that normally we would test sign up, but we don't want to spam them with a ton of different signups. So we're just going to test with an example account. We'll call it TestDriver, and this is my email if you want to reach out to me. And I think I probably have an account, so. And we'll do a password. What's a decent password? We'll just say this, and you won't know what I. One capital letter, all right. Actually, whatever. That's the password we're using, and it doesn't matter unless you're going to hijack the stream. One special character. Okay, there we go. Please double check my credentials. Maybe it doesn't like the AI. Register. Please double check your credentials and try again. Actually, we'll just use an instant email. So we'll do a Proton mail. Ooh, create a free account. Do I have to make an account? Instant free email. There you go, that'll work. Mail drop, that one's good. Or temp mail, I've used that one before. Generating an email. Okay, there we go. And make sure I remember this. All right, please double check your credentials. Okay, how about I do, maybe it doesn't like my, wow, really, am I banned? Am I banned from making emails? Oh no. Why is this taking so long? Mail drop. Okay. Overrated at mail. Wow, maybe I'm banned. Let's see, too many. Wow. What is happening? Recaptcha is going nuts. Okay, well, maybe let's do this in Firefox, which I don't have. Let's do it in Safari. Okay. And we will try for free. I'll use the same mail test driver, and I'll say okay, that worked. So who knows what's going on there? It's empty. I need to come on. Wow. All right. Temporary. Yeah, I'll try this temp mail. All right. And we'll do on what's that markdown notepad? Oh, actually, I'll do a gist, and we'll just call this PubNub demo notes, and we'll just start keeping track of some of this stuff. So this seems like it's not working. Okay, so we'll try this one. Copy. PubNub is banning me. Let's see, I'll go back. All right, first name, test driver, temp email, and then, and this password is like this. Register. Okay, and we'll hope that that cool. Okay, confirm email. So we can actually confirm emails with TestDriver as well and do all this stuff. Okay, so now we are here in onboarding. We're not going to test this again because we're going to assume that the user has gone through onboarding. All right. Okay. So we're here in the admin portal. And the first thing I want to test is actually PubNub functions. So what we're going to do now is engage TestDriver, and I'm going to say, click on functions in the sidebar.
Thank you.
So now it looks at the screen, it takes a screenshot, and it essentially says, oh, this is all the text on screen. And you'll see it highlight that text.
Focusing Google Chrome.
First, it focuses Google Chrome to make sure that it's the active app.
Searching for functions option in the sidebar. Click.
So see how it's highlighted in yellow? It found the functions text. Okay. So now we need to complete this. But first, what PubNub will do, what TestDriver will do is validate that it worked. So it's going to compare the last screenshot to this one. It's going to say, okay, like something happened, right? The task appears to be complete. The second screenshot shows the function section is open, indicating the collect the functions. The sidebar was successful. So this YAML that was generated, see this is like the test script, and you can run this back in regression mode. So the AI won't have to think, about what to do anymore. It'll just do it. And it's not hard coded to look for the text functions. If you called this function or you changed it to like PubNub functions or something similar, the AI would still find it. The AI is used to generate and run the test. So it's not like static test generation, static code analysis. Notice we don't have any info about the DOM or anything. The AI is just using pure vision, OCR, kind of image splitting, all these different techniques to find what to do. So let's continue on this, and then we'll run it back, and I'll show you how it works. So we're going to do click on the apps dropdown.
Thank you.
You notice the terminal minimizes, and we have this other terminal on the right. The reason for that is the terminal is visible to the AI. Since we use vision, we don't want to get confused by the fact that we have some of the same text appearing in a terminal, right? Or blocking something. So what we do is we minimize the terminal, and then we make our own sort of output on the right side.
Click.
Okay, see, so clicked apps. And it looked like that window must have ruined our focus there. So it's going to say, hey, nothing happened. I'm guessing that window had an element that was like 100% width and height that was blocking the ability, right? It was like getting dismissed on that click element. Okay. So then we'll do, click on the apps drop down again.
Thinking.
Hey, Blackmine 57.
Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for apps drop down in the functions section. Click.
Okay. So that worked, and then we're going to have it say, well, first it'll check itself, make sure it worked, and then we'll have it click my first app. Cool. Click my first app in the apps drop down.
Thinking.
So PubNub Functions is actually a product I worked on. It's a microservices kind of thing, serverless functions. So PubNub does real-time streaming. So you essentially allows you to do kind of like WebSockets, where you're sending JSON or packets across a network instantly for real-time functionality. And then PubNub Functions allows you to intercept those streams and perform operations on them. So like if you wanted to like moderate chat, you could censor things before they're sent to the edge. Okay, we have that announcements thing on the right again. Let's do create a new module. I think we'll do create a new module. I'm actually going to, oh yeah, so see the announcements thing. We'll have to probably update that later. So create new examples. I want to like just do a hello world module to make sure that functions deploys. That's what we want to test here. So yeah, we'll just do create a new because I'm pretty sure that one will do a hello world. And also what we're going to do is make sure we get that announcements thing back up here. So what I'll do now is I'll say click the X icon in the announcements sidebar.
Thinking. Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for close icon in the announcements sidebar.
Okay, so it's going to search for the close icon.
Thinking.
And this is a little different. When it searches for icons, okay, it looks for text. So now hopefully it tries to do...
Searching for close icon in the announcements sidebar.
All right.
Thinking.
So it's choosing to look for text, even though I said icon. What we can do here is, okay, so I quit the program and you can see all of the YAML we've generated so far. Click on the function sidebar, click on the apps drop down, focus app, click on my first app, which I misspelled and it actually fixed it. And then click on the X icon and this is where it failed. And so what I'll do is I'm going to do TestDriver.ai. It's going to load up the same file and I'll do undo. That actually just deletes what we just made. And now I can try again and say, click on the image of an X icon in the announcements sidebar. And something we want to do is make it less, like the AI shouldn't have to choose image or text. So in future versions, you'll just say click on the X icon. So see, now it does hover image. That should be a lot better for this
in the announcements sidebar
situation. And the first thing you'll see now is a bunch of green boxes pop up of all of the possible images to click. See all those? Those are all things detected by the AI as images. Now it's narrowing them down. Notice how the X is still there. And then it'll choose one out of that. And it chooses the X, closes. So what it does there is it uses the, well, first it splits up the images. It splits up all of the kind of possible things to click on within the page using a basically computer vision algorithm. And then it kind of narrows them down. Is this an X icon? Is this an X icon? Is this an X icon? And then given a choice between a few that may be, then it narrows it down again. So we kind of have this process. So it was clicked, it agrees the test was clicked. So now we'll do click create a new module.
Thinking. Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for button to create a new module. Click.
Okay, it worked, and we'll see that it validates it again. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is have it make up a module name description. It's kind of fun where it probably won't be that creative, but it's nice to give it abstract sort of tasks like that. So I wonder, so the key set, it'll probably, like, I could have it complete this whole idea, but the thing is, it'll probably try to predict the key set, and it won't know what's behind here. So it's safer to just say, enter a fake module name and module description. And then we'll have it click on the key set so it can see what's there. Something else you might do. Actually, no, it would work if we had done that, because it would have seen that it incorrectly chose a key set and then saw that what was available on screen. So
type fake module name.
Okay, there we go. Fake module name. This is the fake module description. That's what it'll do next.
Searching for module description input field. Click. Typing this is a fake module description.
You can see how fast this is compared to something like Playwright or anything. It's really easy and really fast, right? Like, we don't have to, I don't know anything about PubNub.com. I don't need to know the selectors. I don't need to maintain selectors. I don't need to, this might be in a frame for all I care. I don't know. It just doesn't matter, like, all we want to know is that the user can do the job, right? And the user uses a mouse and keyboard. All right. So now we'll do select a key set. So click on select a key set. We'll do that as its own step.
Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for keyset dropdown in the module creation dialog. Click.
All right. Then we'll make it choose demo key set. Blackmine57 says, I'll be honest, I don't really know much about QA, but it seems to be really useful. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more desktop automation happening soon. Like I said, it's kind of the time for this right now. So you'll see it with, like I said, cloud computer use. There's open interpreter. There's a lot of this is kind of like an emerging tech, and we're just doing it for automation testing. But it's going to be I think it's going to be released like with Siri and Copilot and all these other well, at least, the main manufacturers of operating systems are going to release agents. I think we're going to have independent agents, and we're just focusing on testing, and that has its own issues or own features, right? Where it's like, okay, well, how do we make sure it does the same thing every time? How do we make sure we can validate things on the page? How do we deploy those tests as CI/CD? So we're using this kind of emerging tech in order to do a single kind of goal, right? A single vertical. Let's see. Okay, so it clicked it and it validated it, and looks like we had OpenAI latency. But so again, so somehow it got deselected, right? Whenever I defocus the app. So what I'm going to do is probably undo that and undo again. And I'm going to say, click on select key set and select demo key set. So click on select key set and choose demo key set.
Focusing Google Chrome.
You'll notice I took my hands off the keyboard
Searching for keyset dropdown in
and the mouse,
creation dialog.
because this is actually controlling the real keyboard and mouse. It's not right. It's nothing's emulated here, so I can actually interrupt it, which is a good
demo keyset option in the dropdown.
security feature essentially. So there we go, demo key set, and then we will click create. Blackmine57, are you a developer? All right. So then we will say, click on create.
Thinking. Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for create button in the module creation dialog. Click.
Okay, we've made our module. I'm going to go ahead and check the analytics on Restream. Oh, it's checking. Alrighty. So we have our module. It's in a stop state, and I think we're going to want to click on it. So I'm kind of exploring ahead so we know what kind of instructions to give the AI. So we will say, click on fake module name, then click create new function. So click on fake module name, then click create new function.
Thinking. Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for module name in the function modules list. Click. Searching for create new function button.
Okay, I'm going to create a new function.
Click.
There we go. Alrighty, now we got to make a new function name. Okay. So we are going to want to do, I think, before publish or fire. So click, okay. Enter a fake function name, then click on select an event type and choose before publish or fire.
Thinking. Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for function name input field. Click. Typing fake function.
Nice.
Searching for event type dropdown. Click.
Okay, before publish or fire now.
Searching for before publish or fire option in dropdown. Click.
Choose a channel name. Okay, enter a fake channel name in the form and click create. Don't use, it must not have spaces or special characters.
Thinking. Searching for channel name input field. Click.
Alrighty.
Typing fake channel 123. Searching for create button in the form. Click.
All right, so we're here now in the PubNub functions interface. And Excuse me. And I think what we want to do now is click Start Module. And I think we're going to start the module and test that it runs. So let's just try that. Click Start Module.
Thinking.
And then I'll show you an assertion. I probably should have been putting assertions here kind of along the way. Assertions check that the state is true and fail the test if they're not true.
Searching for Start Module button.
In some ways, matching any kind of text is an assertion because, if something doesn't work and that text doesn't appear on screen, then the assertion, fails. Now, you can see it says deploying in regions, and it's going to take a second for this to deploy, and I'll show you how we use a different command called wait for text, and we can wait until it's deployed. See, module is now globally deployed. So what we're going to do is wait for the text module is now globally deployed to show.
Thinking.
So since it's already here, this command will obviously resolve immediately.
Waiting for module is now globally deployed.
But when we run this in a regression state, we're going to want to wait. We're going to want to wait for that. So in case it has some kind of variation in the time it takes to deploy. And this again reduces flakiness. So it worked. Obviously, it immediately found that text. Alrighty. So I believe that's it for this. We can scroll down and click publish. I don't know that this would validate anything. I'll modify the message payload. Okay, let's try that. So the module's been deployed. Now, and we were here. So I will say scroll until you find the text publish. So this is, again, another command. This will actually scroll the web page until it finds that text publish. And the first thing it'll do is actually use the
focusing Google Chrome.
The
Scrolling until published.
Command F functionality here. Looks like there may be a bug there. So it's a good example of beta technology, but instead it will just scroll down manually. And then it will find that text publish. Okay, so see, it's now identified the text publish. That should exit the scroll. But I guess this command is having some issues here. All right, what we can do instead is, first I will make a note in my gist. Was it this one? No. Okay, I make a new. Well, we're here with copy that. The password is, this is my password. I think it's like that. Great secret gist. Contents can't be empty. And then we will say bug scroll until text, Command F, and identifying positive text, or returning true when text does exist. It's kind of our notes for this stream. So what I'll do instead, since that there's a bug in that, first what I'll do is I'll undo. Oh, let's go TestDriver.ai. Then I will undo, I'll undo, and then I'll just say scroll down. So that'll just scroll down once, which will be enough.
Focusing Google Chrome. Scrolling down.
Okay. Then I will click publish. Click on publish.
Thinking. Focusing Google Chrome. Searching for publish button at the bottom of the form. Click.
Okay. So then we're going to look for that. The success case here is that message is hello world. So let's search for that text next to validate. And I'll show you how to do an assertion. So now we're going to say assert that the text message, it looks like this, message hello world appears in the console.
Thinking.
So there it uses the assertion
Thinking.
command.
Thinking.
It looks like there's been some bad.
Thinking.
I think the quotes or something might be
Searching for
causing
console
problems.
tab in the developer tools.
Huh. Okay, interesting. It's tried to recover a couple times from bad, so I think there might be a syntax problem there. Let's see. Where did that happen? Yeah, oh, it doesn't like this. It doesn't like the exclamation point. That's probably, oh no, it doesn't like the double quote. So this is a YAML thing. This should be in quotes. So let's put that in here. Alrighty, so now we'll do, okay, we want to assert, okay, we can't use the colon. So let's just validate that hello world appears in there, because that would mean it was working, right? Because there's so many. So let's just say that, let's go back to demo. Oh, what's going on here? So we'll say,
Howdy, I am TestDriver version 4.1.27.
I'll just do this. So what you saw earlier is that when there's an issue, TestDriver tries to recover from the issue. So if it gets an error, it will like essentially come up with something different to do. And eventually it was like, let me just try to click on the console.
Appears in the console.
Okay. So now we're asserting the text hello world, and it says it worked. I can see the hello world appears in the console output. So then it worked. I think that's the end of our test now. So if I exit, now it's saved. And if I open my code editor, you'll see, oh, let's open this in VS Code. Okay, so we've got quite the test here. We've generated it. First, it clicks on the functions in the sidebar. Then it clicks on the app dropdown. Looks like that's here twice. So what I'll do is just go through and delete that. Click on my first app in the apps dropdown. So for every entry here, you can see the prompt that I wrote and then what the AI generated. And this is helpful because it helps you regenerate them if you need to. And also you can use, like, it informs the next person of how was this generated, how it helps you learn how to generate the right things. It's super helpful. The AI also uses it to understand like what the context of the goal of this block is. So fake module name, fake module description, click on select key set and choose demo key set, click on create, click on fake module name, and then click create new function. Enter a fake name function, blah, 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 blah. Enter a fake channel name. Click on start module, wait for the module to stay globally deployed. Scroll down, hover the text console. Okay, so here's the thing. How the heck would you have done this with Playwright? Like, how would you would have to like go through the log output to like validate that this entry was in here. Like you would have been, it would have taken you hours to do this, right? You would have been like going through the selectors and trying to figure things out. Here, I don't even need to know anything about the web page. In fact, I haven't even looked at the source, right? I haven't looked at the code, but I can test things super easy because I'm testing like a human. Maybe that should be the headline of TestDriver, test like a human. Okay, anyway, I'm going to push this to GitHub. I'm just going to make a Git repo, actually. Okay, git commit, and we'll call this first commit, very creative, git add. Okay, cool. So now what we want to do is, I think actually maybe we'll want to clean up. So, well, I'll just clean this up now. I'm not gonna do like, is there an easy way to delete this? There's not really an easy way. Oh, trash? Okay, so why don't we just click the trash icon and then should we delete the trash? I'm just trying to make sure we don't spam them when we deploy this. So we'd want to delete this and delete that. Okay. Whatever. Let's just move on. I don't have a ton of time. Yeah, I've got about 30 more minutes left. Okay, so let's just run this locally and then we'll deploy it. So first, let me delete the function. I don't think I can delete a running function, so let's stop it. And we'll delete it. Okay. Oh, Tarun says, need to remove focus window iTerm 2. Okay, let's see where that is. Oh, there it is. Yes. We can also remove a lot of these focus application Google Chromes because you can assume it will be focused because why would it lose focus? This is only needed if you're switching between applications. Make it a bit shorter, more concise. So just keep the first one. And go back to here. We will delete this module. Yeah, this would have been, I mean, we would have been able to test it, but it just would have taken a second to go and generate this. Okay, so now we're back here. Let's pretend we're back at home. And we're going to run that test. So we'll do TestDriver.ai, run TestDriver, and this one's just called TestDriver.yaml. And we'll just see what happens. So now it's going to execute all of those commands again.
Focusing Google Chrome.
It also won't
option in the sidebar.
show the pop-up with all that context. That's another thing we should add. I'll add that to my notes.
Searching for apps dropdown in the functions section.
But notice how much faster it is, right? It's not having to think. It's essentially just going through the motions without having to think about what to do next. Okay, click on apps.
Searching for my first app option in the apps dropdown. Click.
Alrighty.
Searching for image of X icon in the announcements sidebar.
Oh, okay, so the announcements thing is not here. I wonder what will happen. We'll probably have to delete that. I wonder how that announcements thing works. It probably only works for new users or in local host. So
click.
We should just cancel this out, and we're going to remove that step from the test because the announcements is not needed. Actually, what you can do also, if what we could do here, actually, since we don't know, is use an if statement. And that's under schema, under if. We can say, for example, it's kind of like an assertion. So if, we want to do, man, what am I doing here? Okay, delete that. Then we want to do the announcements. Click on the image. So we'll do if, command if, condition is the announcements sidebar is open, then command, then click the X on it to close it. Just make sure I did that correctly. So then, if condition, then command, okay. If condition, then command, okay. And what I'll do, this is kind of a hack I like to do, is I just comment out the test so we can run it from that state, and we'll just run it from there. Okay.
Searching for button to create new module.
Okay,
Click.
so it said, obviously that's not there. Alrighty.
Searching for module name input field. Click.
I'll go through the rest of this. Yeah, to run the terminal is currently disabled during run, but it should be shown, I think.
Searching for module description input field. Click. Typing this is a fake module description. Searching for keyset dropdown in the module creation. Click. Searching for demo keyset option in the dropdown. Click. Searching for create button in the module creation dialog. Click.
Okay, create a new module.
Searching for module name in the function module list. Click.
Create new function.
Searching for create new function button. Click. Searching for function name input field. Click. Typing fake function.
So another fun note while it's running through is when it clicks, it actually is waiting for a redraw,
Searching for event
which means it's comparing diffs between a screenshot and the next screenshot to see if anything happened. So like how that menu just popped up, and that allows it to sort of
searching for before publish or fire option in dropdown.
Short circuit a timeout. So there's like a 5-second timeout, but if it detects that the screen has been redrawn, then it short circuits it. Something else it does is it looks at network activity. So it'll like, if there's a lot of network activity, like for example, when you create this, some network requests will happen. It doesn't continue. It waits for the network to settle, essentially. It waits for the network to calm down. That way you know that
searching for create button in the form.
Even with a redraw, it might not be in a loading state, for example. Like maybe a giant thing that says loading comes up. That's not enough to say that the task is done, right? Or that it's been completed. Okay, so here we are.
Searching for start module button.
Now we're on the function. So we'll start the module.
Waiting for module is now globally deployed.
Okay, here we go. So there's that wait for text thing happening, and it hasn't been deployed yet. So we're going to be in this loop now, waiting for it to be deployed. It was deployed, so now let's see that resolve. You'll notice it's not highlighted in green yet. It should be highlighted in green now. Or maybe it just decides that it's there. Let's see. Okay, so we have a bug in our wait functionality. Let's see, because we are waiting. Let's see what the console says. Oh. It exited. Interesting. There must be an error. The timeout was only 5 seconds. Okay, so there's actually a wait for text. There's a timeout config. Let's see, timeout. Okay. So the default is 5 seconds, but this deployed. And also, let's undo this. Okay, so we want to do module is now globally deployed. And we'll just do this like 30 seconds. And we have this. Let's see. Okay, so we want to test this from the state of, let's clear this, stop the module, And let's see, module is now, so then what we're going to do is click start module, comment this out. Okay. So run TestDriver.ai. Okay, so this should run the start module stuff, right? Start module, okay. Okay, and we're back here. We want to clear this out to kind of reset the state. Okay, there we go.
Searching for start module button. Click.
All right.
Waiting for module is now globally deployed.
Okay, now we're waiting 30 seconds for that to happen. So notice it's just going to keep looking for it over and over again. Okay, it's there. So let's hope it finds it.
Scrolling down.
See, it found it, and we moved on.
Searching for console tab in the developer tools.
Looks like something was out of order there. Console tab and developer tools. Why is it looking for that? Huh. Oh, that must be from when it had problems before and it was like writing its own test. Let's see what it does next.
Asserting the text "Hello World" appears in the console.
So it did not click publish for some reason. All right, let's see what it's doing. So that portion of the test is weird. Okay, scroll down. Hover text. Interesting. Yeah, we actually want to do publish. I want to say publish button. Whatever. On the bottom left of the screen. And we can start from, scroll down.
Scrolling down.
Oops. Okay. I'm also manually focusing the
for publish
browser
button on the bottom left of the screen.
since we deleted some of those focus commands. Let's see what's going on with this. Publish. No text name publish. Maybe because it's in caps. That's interesting. That should have worked. Okay. Publish. I'm interested in why that didn't work. Make a note. Lowercase publish. Okay.
Scrolling down. Searching for publish button on the bottom left of the screen. Click.
Okay, so it was the caps. That's interesting because it shouldn't be like that, but whatever. Okay, so now it's going to validate that that text.
Searching the text "Hello World" appears in the console.
Hello World appears. Alrighty, there it is. Okay, so it worked. Notice the AI is also summarizing what happened. It'll be like, everything worked great. You'll also might be like, why does it keep deleting everything? What's happening is that the AI actually overwrites the file. So when I comment it out, like what happens is when the AI runs, it's also generating the YAML. So if you comment something out, it's kind of overwriting the file. That's also another bug I should list here in the gist. Overwriting. But the cool part about that is if let's say the test changes, like say like, hover text doesn't work, the AI can resolve it itself and be like, oh, that should have been capital. So with the right config, it would basically, oh, it should have been capital. That's actually what I saw. And then it also will automatically create a PR for you that updates the test. So it's self-maintaining. Currently, it's set to just fail. I think that typically people want to know, but that's why it's overwriting itself. Alrighty. So I'm gonna put this recovery config to fail / overwrite. Okay. Let's update the gist. All right, now shall we deploy this? We'll have to log in as well. So that's something that I did not do, and I'll just show you how to do that. So we'll log out and we'll start from pubnub.com. And we're going to actually make a new file. So what I'm going to do is rename this to functions. And then I'll make a new one that's called login. We'll call it, and the second argument here will allow us to choose where the file is. So test driver login.
Howdy, I am test driver version 4.1.27.
Login on click login. Now we don't have to navigate to pubnub.com because that will be done automatically through the pre-run script.
Focusing Google Chrome.
And the reason that we do it like that is,
the top right of the header.
You know,
Click.
It's easier to script. I can get into the pre-run stuff later, but it's essentially easier to give the AI, you know, like the test. We don't need a test that the AI needs to navigate, right? Like, so we kind of script automatically whatever we can, and then give the AI the app loaded up. It works better that way from our experience. Okay, so click that, and then I'm just going to give it the username and pass to log into PubNub. So enter as the user, as the email, and this as the password. And then we can get rid of this. Click login. Password, then click login.
Thinking. Focusing Google Chrome.
It generated a pretty big block of text
Searching
there.
for email input field. Click.
Tarun says, can we add the creds in a way that's not exposed?
Typing x0kuf@goesmal.com.
We have a feature coming out that uses environment variables for the passwords, which is not live yet, which is why we have to expose them. But yes, in the future, we'll be able to
my password 1.
Do a demo like this without exposing the credentials. And of course, these are test accounts, so there's not really a lot of risk here.
For login button below the password field.
When you deploy the test, actually, you can hide the credentials using GitHub secrets, which I think I'll have enough time to demonstrate here. Okay, so we got our login test. That was easy enough. Okay, so close this. Okay, we have login, and then what I'll show you is you go, okay, well, I don't want to, how do we run these in a series? The functions, what I'd like to do here is make a new folder called snippets, put the login in there, and then functions will say prompt embed, and we can do commands with, the command is actually run, and then I think it's file. Again, let's check the docs. I designed everything and wrote the docs, and I still need to reference them, which is kind of funny. So we have run, and then it's file with a string path to the file, which is in snippets login. And then what we will do now is just make sure that that works, the functions YAML. And we'll do that by logging out. You can basically assume if we run TestDriver.ai, run TestDriver, let's call it functions now. We can assume if this starts logging in that it's working, basically. Let's see what's going on here. Did it fail? No, it didn't. Undefined test failed. Demo functions. I feel like the file path is bad. Okay, so let's try that. I think that's correct. Or is it the root path? I think it might be like this. I think it's test driver snippets functions.
Focusing Google Chrome.
Okay, yeah, now it's running.
Searching for login link in the top right of the header. Click.
Okay, cool. So I was on the wrong webpage, but basically, let's make update doc to note that run is from the root dir. Okay. All right, so we've got our test. Let's deploy it. And what we're going to do now is git add, git commit, add our tests, git push. Okay, we don't have a git repo, so we'll do TestDriver.ai, and then we will make a new repo. I'm going to do this on another screen just in case there's anything sensitive. New repo, and we will call it TestDriver.ai demo PubNub, and I'll just say like 11/15 because that's the date. We can do it privately. Create repo. Okay, so we have our repo here. I don't think I'm going to leak anything just by sharing these git commands. Okay, so it's up there now. So you can see our workflows, and you can see the test is running. So it's already set up to run. We don't have an API key in this repo, so it will fail. What I'm going to go do now is get an API key and add that as a GitHub secret, and I believe I can do that publicly. So I'll go into settings, then I will go into secrets and variables, actions, new repo secret. The secret is called TestDriver API key. I think this is plain text. So what I'm going to do is do this on another screen. I'll add the secret, and then we'll be good. Just get that secret. Okay. All right. Okay, so that repo secret's been added. Oh, you know what? Actually, there was already a organization-wide secret, so I actually don't need to. I didn't need to do that, but hey, you know what? It's good for a demo. And let's go back to the PubNub demo. Okay, so you can see here it's running. And that test probably took about a minute, like 5 minutes or so. Our VMs take about a minute to boot. So total, it'll probably be about 6 minutes till this returns. Let me just pull up maybe like an example of what it looks like once a test is done. So if I go to demo, I'll just do Wave Terminal as an example. Oh, actually, no, I have a demo. Let me pull it up. Okay. Oh yeah, here's so here's some demos. What's interesting about this demo is this is automatically generated by TestDriver. So the AI came up with these assertions, these instructions. First, we give it a screenshot of the website, and then it comes up with different ideas of tests to run and just does them. Tarun says the website is wrong. Yeah, you're correct. Okay, so let's make sure we update the website URL to be pubnub.com. Okay, so within the workflow, TestDriver YAML, edit, the website is example.com. It should be pubnub.com. And actually, I'm gonna just put it here directly. So this is our pre-run script, and this actually runs on the VM to provision the machine. It installs an extension that actually records all of the browser logs and network requests from the Chrome, and then it starts Chrome using that extension. So that's how we get logs from the browser. So when you can debug stuff. Now I need to find that demo I was about to show. Okay, so let's just look at this one. So again, these tests are generated by the AI. So it came up with the idea to test this. This is like try for free. I want to show you the one with search, but I'm having a hard time pulling that tab into this view for some reason. It probably has to do with my weird resolution that I'm running at right now. Okay. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Tester. Okay, so here are the demos. This is my favorite one. So the AI looks at a screenshot of PubNub.com and it decides, hey, I want to test the search functionality. I'm going to click on the search icon. I'm going to type real-time chat into the search bar, and then I'm going to make sure that the relevant results are displayed. And then the AI runs a test, and it says, okay, all tasks were completed, and here is a replay. So this replay is powered by Dashcam. This is another product that we built. And you can see here, first that pre-run script I just showed you where it launches Chrome with the website. Then TestDriver gets engaged. So if we skip here to about 28 seconds, you'll see we start with the web page. And we'll see this is, again, a different test about testing the search. But we can see the AI go through, and it will choose the search icon, and then it will click. Then it will type real-time chat, and then it asserts that the results are relevant. It says, the screenshot shows results real time, such as chat, building real-time apps, and create real-time chat. That means it's relevant results. This is an earlier version of TestDriver, so it's a bit slower, but still this is the 2 minutes. And also this test was completely automatically generated. There was no humans involved in making this. It just literally, everything, even including the PR, was automatically generated. If you want to do that, if you want to try it yourself, you can go to TestDriver.ai and click on Generate Tests. This will launch a form. You fill this out, and it will generate a bunch of tests for your own app. The demo I gave today is after that, maybe it comes up with a few tests, but you want to do your own, maybe something more complicated, fix something that didn't work. We're showing a desktop development experience, but yeah, you can just go generate tests like this and get basic coverage. And there's no reason why we couldn't just keep doing this. So you can just keep running generate, and keep generating tests. You'll notice too, I was talking about those logs. So the browser logs are here. You can see they get highlighted as they happen. So PubNub has a bunch of errors, Minify to React errors. There's some objects being logged, missing API key does not match integration, a bunch of log errors. You can see all of the network requests. So this is like a Twitter SVG, but let's see, if we look at XHR requests, we can see, for example, the GraphQL query search input. So this is actually the query that's made to get those search results. So everything you need to build a test suite and debug it is here. I mean, it's a full suite. It's all AI powered. It's really, I think it's gonna be the future of testing. And super excited to share with you. And I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I hope we can get this other, this deployment going and see our results before I have to end this. Let's see, it is running. Oh, we just reran it, so that might take a couple minutes. Well, you've seen the results, you've seen the tests, you've seen the docs. I wonder what else there is to share with you. Like I said, I'll just give a recap for anyone who joined late. Basically, this is TestDriver.ai. It's an AI QA agent that works at the desktop level. So it tests a lot of things other frameworks can't, like desktop apps, Chrome extensions. It can do like spelling and grammar checks. We just showed you checking the log output, like something that would be typically hard or unpredictable to do in Cypress or Playwright or whatever. You can do actual logins, so you don't have to mock a login or mock a server. You can just test. You can test live sites pretty easily. You can test like, can I generate a PDF and does that PDF look correct? Is the right content in there? File system uploads, so like image uploads, image downloads, video content. So something we get often is like, can you test that the video is playing? Can you test that the video like is showing the right content, image content, and then of course all of these elements which are very difficult to test with other frameworks like Canvas and iframes. We went over a bit of this today. So, TestDriver can kind of see what the elements on the page and generate its own tests. It can detect changes. So, making tests is a total pain. TestDriver makes it easy by exploring your app and setting up its own tests. TestDriver is breaking, but TestDriver doesn't use selectors, so it can just maintain the test itself using like high-level configurations. And a lot of other testing frameworks don't really work at the developer level, but we test against PRs in the feature level or even locally so that you're getting constant updates. This dashboard is under development, but we also have a whole cloud interface. You kind of saw that part of Dashcam. There's a whole interface behind that. It also lets you see like every recording of every test. And these charts are about 80% ready to go. Let's see. Yeah, again, it's interacting in GitHub. So it's kind of like I showed you, it's commenting. It can tell you the results. It was running as part of CI/CD. It's giving you the logs. It's giving you the network requests. It's giving you the desktop logs, screen recording, system information, everything you need to debug the tests. And it's also automatically maintaining them. Kind of went over that a couple of times. And then what we really spent a lot of time on in this demo is showing how to design and debug tests on your local machine. Again, high-level overview of how it works. You're giving it high-level commands like navigate here, click on that, enter a fake email and password. We did a lot of that today. And then it generates this YAML. And that YAML is like a regression test, and it runs it back without having to think about these answers, right? So this allows it to be deterministic, basically, and do the same thing every time. And then you deploy it with a GitHub action. That's what we're currently doing. I'm kind of buying us time for that. And the other main features too are that you can do Mac and Windows, any browser. You can run parallel tests. I didn't show you that. Let's see, TestDriver.ai demo, PubNub 11:15. So what I didn't show you is, it's my alarm. Whoops. 11:15, still running. Is that you can run these in parallel. So if you had like 20 of these, you could run them all in parallel, so you wouldn't have to wait for them to run synchronously, which is, obviously kind of just a required thing in modern testing. You can also edit these workflows. So if you wanted to, it looks like Tarun actually updated something. Oh yeah, there we go. I didn't configure it correctly. So you can edit this workflow, and there's a whole ecosystem if you're not familiar with GitHub Actions workflows. So, you can make it send a Slack notification on failure with a summary. You can have it email you. You can have it do all sorts of things because the GitHub Actions allow you to do all sorts of different things. You can have it, a common thing we see is it builds the app first. So maybe you deploy to Vercel and then test the Vercel staging URL. You might build a desktop app and have it download. You might test an artifact. You can have it conditionally test based on the labels of a PR or who made the PR, whatever branch it is. You can run it on a schedule, so you can run it every day and have it email you if it fails. You can even output the results to JUnit or any other test rail or any other kind of framework. This has outputs. So if I look at docs, TestDriver.ai, you'll see that GitHub action output. So the action has, GitHub leaving me hanging today. So you can see this creates a comment, but you can see a summary and markdown. That's an output. Here are all the variables. So the summary, a link to the debugging information, markdown, and then whether it's just a true or false Boolean success. So that helps you chain actions together. This one is an example of leaving a comment, but we also do Slack notifications. Let's see. I think I've covered mostly everything. We're really excited to work with desktop apps. If you have a desktop app and want testing, let me know, because desktop has had nothing for the past 10 years. No one has made a desktop framework. And we know that those people are in a lot of pain. If you're also trying to test video or iframes, canvas, those kinds of things, we'd love to talk to you. But yeah, okay, here we go. So did this PR pass? No, hold on. I'm trying to see if these things have passed. No, still in progress. Well, I didn't make the correct modifications because I'm kind of rushing here at the end at my limit here. But Tarun has made a mod, and hopefully we'll see this run. If you want to see the result, I'm actually going to end it. If you want to see this result, you can pull up this URL. I will make it into a short URL or bit.ly link. I guess you need to pay now to make named bit.ly links. So maybe we can wait and just hope that it works. I can talk more about this actually. So the action will also clone the repo. So if you want to use any kind of config from the repo or build on the machine, which we don't really recommend, but it's cloning the repo and can test. You're getting that context, from. Oh, why are there two actions being run? Is this a GitHub bug? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm going to check on the back end and see how we're doing here. Actions running. Okay. Okay, it's working. So we're on create a new module. And that's another thing we should add to the gist, is streaming the results back would be pretty nice. Let's see. Stream results back to the action. It's creating a module. I think this will be safe to share. Yeah, I can share this. So this is our sort of secret backend here. And you can see here, we run them on EC2. So we use high-powered VMs on EC2 to run the tests. That allows us to record the screen and run intense applications like desktop apps. We can run, it's fun, we can run Unity and Unreal. Of course, it's hard with AI to control in 3D space, but it's super cool that you can run it. And of course, we can test turn-based strategy games, games like that. We can test that your game launches. We can perform basic actions. We can test the menus in games. We can test IDEs. So we're, desktop apps, anything, these things are really classically hard to test. So it's pretty exciting. I think that's everything. Let's see how far it's going. It's on fake module name. Okay, let's see what else I can cover. Parallel testing. We have a kind of a comparison chart against other solutions. Let's see. Browser support, OS support, things like that. Might have covered everything. Just still trying to buy time. It's on it's making a function, selecting an event type. So it should be done soon. Oh, it's having trouble. Okay, but it's recovering. It's having trouble. Select an event type. I wonder why. Maybe that announcements banner came up again. Okay, well, if it fails, we'll be able to oh, wow, it recovered. So here, we'll look through this again. So the key set, for some reason, the key set wasn't chosen for the module. I don't know why that happened. But you can see Select an event type, no text on screen. Okay, let's try clicking select event type again. Okay, that didn't work. But then what it does is it says, you know what? I'm going to select a key set and drop down, and then it clicks that. So it kind of got lost. Okay, it fails. We can see the updated thing, and what we'll do now is go and wait for this to happen. I'll look at what happened. Okay, here's the result. So I'm just pulling this a little early because I'm short on time here. This is our test, and we can see it logs in. It selects the app, creates a new module, does the module name, kind of all the stuff we were showing you, and here's all the similar output. This test took 6 minutes to run total. Description, key set, create. Oh, but something happened. What happened here? Oh. So we found a bug in PubNub. Wow, that was really worth the payoff here. It didn't make it didn't it didn't make the module because it has a duplicate name. Wow. Right? It didn't work. All right, let's see what happened. Okay, so let's go to, where is that request? It's an XHR request. Incident notice. Okay. Incident notice. Wow, what happened? Ping incident notice. Is that right? Huh. Oh, the CTO of PubNub is on YouTube watching, and oh, that's so funny. Yeah, Steven, I don't know. We click create. Are we focused? Click. What is incident notice? Yeah, incident. I wonder if that's like, it only shows up there. Let's see, I can't expand this. Response, incident notice. Oh, we don't have, oh, we do have the body. Search name sec. Whatever. I mean, hey, there you go. Test driver. There's the pitch. Create. I mean, it's definitely, it tries to make it, right? There you go. It's in the loading. Tarun thinks it's a save password pop-up. But I think this incident notice is to me, that seems like there's some kind of error happening. I don't know if this is functions. Is this the request and there's like a follow-up error? Let's see. Yeah, because I'm trying to make event referring amplitude library. I don't know. Tarun thinks it's a save password pop-up, but I'm not convinced about that. Because it's up before and it doesn't prevent us from, but I guess a form submission, but is it actually oh, error, the module name already exists. There it is. Okay. But I wonder if that, I guess that's valid. I mean, so what we would do here is add a variable. So This is something coming very soon too. Basically, the ability to have variables in the script that come from the environment. So you'd like imagine you generate a random ID or the date or something like that, and you would essentially do a search and replace within that file. So what we would do is you would have within functions create a new module. You would do something like this and then be like date, and then within the YAML file we would have environment like date, and then this would be you can in GitHub Actions you can make a variable and execute it. That's for another demo. I think we should end it here. It's funny. I wonder. I mean, I guess that's an expected case, but it's definitely a cool thing to catch something and debug it like that. So, my opinion, you should be able to make duplicate module names. That's just my opinion. But thanks for watching. That's the full demo. I'll show you. Oh, you know what? Here we have the whole output here. So there's a summary. You can see the test failed because it was not, the element wasn't present. It was looking for, there's a delay or whatever. Overlays, save. This is kind of what Tarun said. Maybe the pop-up overlay or save password. Obstruct it. You get a animated GIF or GIF or whatever you want to call it that you can use. So you can put this in a comment and you can see it's actually doing the whole test in this GIF. So this is awesome. Again, a result. Yeah, so maybe next time what we can do is kind of take off from here and show how to do variables. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And see you next time. Bye.